Hi everybody. So this is the first time that I'm doing both Facebook Live and Instagram Live at the same time, so I can see myself twice. So it's very confusing. I'm going to just try and look at one screen and not both, otherwise it's just way too overwhelming. How are you? Hopefully you are well. I know I did not give much notice for this live, but you know, you got to do what you got to do. So I sent out an email just before. If you're on my email lists, check that out. It's all about how to protect your energy, because it's a conversation that I was having with quite a lot of people this week. And this live is basically the same. Hello, Don. How are you? Hi, Emma. Hi, Caitlin. Hi, Anthea. Hi, Narelle. Hi, Angela. Hi, everybody. This is great. How are you guys? Oh, it's kind of nice seeing you on all the platforms. Anywho, so today I want to talk about, and I have my little notes here, because I'm on a time limit. I have a one-on-one coaching call in like 27 minutes, so we've got to get this done. Oh, Don, you were just reading the email. What did you think? Can't wait for your feedback on that. Tips of how to protect your energy. So I want to talk to you a little bit about getting out of an emotional hole. And this is coming to you, hi everybody. This is coming because each week in Badass School, so we're currently in the middle of Badass School for our first intake of the year. So we're on week 3, everyone's in their 2-week break where they're putting everything into place, all their social media training, all their mindset training. We've gone through who are you, we've gone through, you know, what is it that you want and where are you going, recreating your image, how to use social media, all of that. And one of my Badass graduates in the making had a question about getting out of an emotional hole. And she was saying that she's been kind of in this weird space for a while. She doesn't really know how to get out of it. It was her first time asking for help. It was a massive deal that she actually reached out to all of us in the group and was sort of asking, you know, what do you do? Like when you're feeling shit, like how do you get out of that space? How do you move forward? Is it normal? And I did a bit of a Facebook Live in our private group and then put a little clip of it on Instagram earlier, so I think yesterday, and asked if you guys wanted me to do a public Facebook Live about this, and it was 100% yes. So that's why I'm sort of coming and having a chat about this. So firstly, what you need to know is that being in an emotional hole is quite normal. So energetically, there is 2 sides to everything. There is a positive side, there is a negative side. And what that means is that the higher the highs, the lower the lows. So energetically, it's called the energetic pendulum, right? So whatever you put out, you have to get back as well. But there's always a yin and a yang, a positive and negative. There's always 2 sides of things. In life, there are seasons. There's spring, summer, autumn, and winter. And I think we forget that we are actually animals and that we live in this world where there's nature and there's, you know, universe and there's stars and galaxies and plants and oxygen and things that are not directly controlled by us as humans. Now, saying that, I did mention in the email that I just sent out about protecting our energy that the only thing we can control as humans completely 100% is our mind. And it's the way that we think, it's what we think, and it's the actions that we take. Outside of that, nothing else is in our control. Literally nothing. What other people do, not in our control. Their opinions, not in our control. Nothing is in our control really, except for us and what we think. And this is why I'm such a control freak about my brain. And all the training that we do here at KATA the brand is all about mindset. It's about scheduling. It's about discipline. It's about owning yourself. It's about being aware. It's about being conscious. Because the more that you can be aware and conscious of what's going on inside your brain, the more control you will feel you will have, the more you can impact things that are in your control. So when it comes to being emotionally in a hole, I think the first thing that you need to actually do is to self-reflect. And I put here, identify. How do you actually feel? And I did a live a little while ago about how I deal with anxiety. And the first step there as well was to actually just identify, like, how do you feel? And this sort of goes back to, I know a lot of you follow me for network marketing specific things. And I think a lot of us don't take action in our businesses because we don't feel like it. We kind of don't feel confident. We don't feel energetic. We're waiting for motivation. We're waiting for all of these emotions and feelings. But instead of working towards what we want, I think it's kind of more helpful to go, well, how do I feel right now? I feel tired. I feel drained. I feel frustrated. I feel lazy. Like, how do you actually feel? So when you're feeling shit, what is that? Is it tired? Is it hungry? Is it hangry? Is it Overwhelmed. What is the actual thing that you are feeling? Because until you can identify that, you're kind of going nowhere. Like, there's no point being like, I want to feel happy, and you don't know how you feel right now. So first thing, how do you feel right now? Why do you feel shit? What is the emotional hole that you're in? How do you actually feel? Next step is, how did you actually get there? Do you feel shit because you're tired because you didn't sleep last night? Well, that's quite simple. Sleep, right? Do you feel overwhelmed because you are an introvert and you've been around so many people lately that you just need some time by yourself and you just feel a little bit drained and you feel a little bit frazzled? Great. Now you know what's going on. Do you feel, are you procrastinating, for example, and do you feel frustrated because you actually don't know how to do the thing that your sponsor or upline is telling you to do? Have you been flexing so hard and doing things so far outside of your comfort zone that you put yourself past your courage zone into your terror zone? Therefore, you want to recoil and you don't want to do anything because you're scared. So how do you feel, and how did you actually get there? The next step is, what do you actually want to do from there? And to be honest, I've been in situations where I felt like shit and I've wanted to stay there. I've literally said to myself, I want to feel shit for a whole day. I'm going to give myself permission to feel shit. And what actually happens when you give yourself permission to feel the things that you're feeling, like give yourself permission to be tired, give yourself permission to be in a bad mood, give yourself permission to just not be on your A game. When you can do that, I think a lot of the pressure is removed automatically. And what tends to happen to me, if I give myself permission to be switched off for the whole day, usually by the time half the day is done, I'm over it. I'm like, nah, kind of ready to go back to work now. Like, I'm all good. I'm happy. So I think the more you resist how you're feeling, the longer it's going to stick around. And I know, some of the girls in the Badass group were saying that, I've been feeling this way for a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks. Just accept it and let it be. Just sit with it. Just sit with it and go, it's okay. I feel shit. I feel tired. I feel whatever. Identify it, figure out what you want to do with it, and give yourself permission to do that. But if you do want to get out of that feeling, how do you do that? You need to know your triggers. You actually need to know the things that pull you in and out of emotions. Hey, Catherine, how are you? So what is it that got you to that place? Was it hanging around people that are not good for you? Was it trying to do something that you actually don't know how to do yet? In which case, it's not try harder. It's not do it again. You know how uplines always say that? Do it more. Send more of them. Try harder. And you're like, fuck off. I'm trying. If you've been doing something consistently and it's still shit, you need to either get help, or you need to get better at it, or you need to outsource it. So don't keep pushing things that are not working for you. It's not suddenly going to magically work. You need to learn how to do it better. You need to get practice and get help, or you need to get somebody else to do it. Like, it's that simple. You don't want to consistently feel shit in your business and in your life because you just won't do anything about it. So how are you going to get out of that situation? Are you going to ask for help? Are you going to give yourself time off? Are you going to sleep? Are you going to remove yourself from the people that make you feel shit? Are you going to what? Like, what are you going to do to get yourself out of that situation? And when are you going to do that? See how all of this is like consciously understanding how your brain works. Now, what's going to happen partway through this process is you're going to go from feeling really shit to actually bringing it into your logic brain. So you're actually moving everything from your emotional brain to your logic brain, which means you're not going to feel shit anymore because you're now in control. You've now taken ownership. You've now taken responsibility, and you know you can actually do something about it. So what's automatically going to happen is that panic and that anxiety that you were feeling, that emotional hole, is not going to be there anymore, because what you're actually doing is creating decisions and choices for yourself. You're putting yourself back in a position of control and power. And when we're in a position of control and power, we get a sense of safety. And your sense of safety is one of your base needs. It's actually one of your primal base needs, including love, food, safety. All of those things are needs that will actually make you feel like you're no longer in survival mode. So you've actively switched yourself from panic, from anxiety, from confusion into the state of control, which is awesome. And it's exactly where you need to be if you want to build a successful life and a successful business. And if you want to be somebody that people follow, if you want to be somebody that people trust, it's having that sense of peace and calm about you. So the next step, how do you get out? Time, sleep, music. What are the triggers that actually bring you up? So for me, when I'm in an emotional hole, I have a few things that I do on a regular basis. One, I always sleep. I always need to sleep. I'm the kind of person, I process thoughts in my sleep. If I've had a tough conversation, I need to sleep. I need to be by myself. I can't be around people. I need to do that. Sleep is something that is good for me. Music is another thing that brings me up or down very, very quickly. I need to be mindful what I listen to. Nature is something that pulls me out of those situations. I go for a mountain walk, or when I used to live at the beach, I'd go for a beach run. Just being around nature is something that helped me. Long drives with loud music helps me. Going out for wines with girlfriends. If I'm in a complete state of I'm just fucked and I can't get myself out of it, I need to go distract myself. So I will actually put myself in a social situation, which sounds weird because you think you need to fix it. But for me, when I'm so far beyond being able to fix it by myself, I actually distract myself. I take myself out. I go out for a night out with girlfriends. I have fun. I drink some wine. I relax. Then I sleep and I process overnight. And the next morning I take action. So I have these habits and rituals that I know I can do to pull myself out of these states. And it's come from practice. It's literally come from going, okay, does this work? No. Does this work? No. Does this work? No. Does this work? Yes. So figure out the tools that you have at your disposal to bring yourself out of those emotional slumps. It might be hanging out with people. It might be being by yourself. It might be music. It might be cooking a meal. It might be patting your cat, like whatever it is. It might be going for a ride on your horse or your motorbike, whatever it is. Figure out what those tools are and be consciously aware that you can use any one of those things to pull yourself out of a situation. For me, I get really anxious when I feel I haven't achieved anything in a really long time. So I know when it's one of those situations, I will give myself a task to do with a goal at the end that I know I can achieve. So I give myself a win. And in turn, from giving myself a win, I feel like I've achieved something. I bring myself out of that emotional state. I feel better. I'm back in productivity just like that. So it helps you spring back faster. The other thing that you can do is ask for help. Ask your mentor for help. Ask your sponsor for help. If you don't have a coach, get a coach. Ask your coach for help. Ask somebody who's objectively able to look at you and reflect back at you the conversation you're having with yourself. So quite often I will message my coach and I'll be like, okay, I'm tired, I'm exhausted, I can't figure out why. Can you just help me bounce this off? And she goes, okay, have you achieved something lately? Yes. Okay, it's not that. She goes, I know that always brings you down. Have you slept properly? Yes. Okay, I know you're not tired. Let's keep moving. And we bounce and we reflect the things that I know about me and that she knows about me until we pinpoint exactly what's going on. And sometimes I just need somebody else to say, KATA, you've worked hard enough. Sleep. Have a day off. Again, it's about giving yourself permission to do the things that you need to do to feel better. There's no point pushing through those shitty feelings, especially in a business like network marketing, where our job is to contact people, it's to inspire people, it's to educate people, it's to help people. You need to help yourself first. You need to educate yourself first. You need to coach yourself first. So if you've been consistently feeling shit, you are your own consultant. Coach yourself first. And only once you've done that, do you have the experience to be able to help somebody else through the same situations. So I think that's about it. That's all I really wanted to share. That's all I wanted to talk about. Hopefully that has helped you and given you a few tips and tools of how to pull yourself out of an emotional hole. If you have questions, please ask me. I will hang on here for like a couple of minutes more. I've got you guys on Instagram. Do you have questions? I'll go through Facebook. Do you guys have questions as well? I will be putting this on YouTube. So all of my lives, I'm going to try and do multifaceted so it's everywhere for you guys to share. And also, please let me know if you have any topics that you'd like me to talk about, like me to answer. I think I'm going to do another live on how to protect your energy because that email seems to be very popular. And I do have a list of other things I want to talk about as well. So you let me know. Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thanks for sharing, loving it. Good, 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 good. Excelente. Is there anything you have questions about that process or anything that you'd like to share about when you felt emotionally shit, how you pulled yourself out? Just know that, you know, the reality is that life goes up and life goes down, and sometimes things are amazing and sometimes they're shit. And you can't always be like psycho happy. That's not normal. And people don't want to be around that. They might be attracted to that short term. And I do see leaders in network marketing that are always like, yeah. But I also wonder how real that is and how authentic that is. So I think long term, your team will see right through that and they're going to feel a little bit fooled. So always be you. And if that's your predisposition, that's great. But I also want you to be real with you because I don't want you to build a successful network marketing business and then crash because you can't maintain that level of energy all the time. So have a read of the email that I sent out. Share this with friends that you know might need some help. getting out of an emotional hole, or if they're feeling a bit shit about their business or life right now, just let them know that they're doing great. Learn to give myself the time to relax and clear my head and not feel guilty. I see it as the calm before the storm momentum. Totally. Sometimes you need those times just to be silent and be quiet before you pick back up. And honestly, you really don't, like, network marketing is an incredible business because it's a compounding effect. You really don't need to be out there 300 hours a day doing your business. Like, I think part of the success in network marketing comes from being balanced, and it comes from being happy, and it comes from genuinely loving your life and doing the things you want to do. Angela, Oprah Soul Sessions podcast, give me perspective and inspiration, pick a title and video based on my mood. Yeah, that's awesome. That's an awesome tool. Sometimes I do that too. Sometimes I listen to an audiobook. Sometimes I just can't absorb a book. That's a whole other topic, this whole you need to read X amount of books a month or year, because you just can't absorb that much. It's just not true. Seasons. Alison, you can't keep that up. It's exhausting. Totally. I know, 100%. All right, beauties, I'm going to go get ready for this one-on-one call. But I have heaps of resources you can use. I've got 2 different ebooks. One is all about mindset and attitude of network marketing. Really, really good for newbies. Really good if you're struggling with people not really accepting your business as well. So that's at katasir.com/download-katas-book. The second one is a systems ebook. So if you're finding that you kind of don't have a responsive upline, or you are just looking for a bit of a different system, I go through exactly how I run my business, katasir.com/download-katas-systems-book. Then I've got all the blogs here, so there's tons of resources for you. Let me know what it is that you need. Oh, the ebooks are incredible. Help me so much. That's awesome. Share my content. We're going bigger and better this year. Tomorrow is actually my 3-year anniversary in KATA, the brand. So I'm looking at putting something together for you guys for that, which will be special. But thank you for being here with me. I appreciate you trusting me, and I am so proud to be your ambassador for authentic network marketing, and just so grateful to have you guys here and for spreading the message of network marketing and how incredible this industry can be if we do it right. So we are working towards making network marketing the sexiest, classiest industry out there over the next, what should we put as a timeline? 5 years, 10 years, over the next 10 years maybe? Let's make it sexy AF. And yeah, not to mention Badass School, game changer. Yes, true. Badass School opens next in June, so the next intake isn't for a little while. But you can always save for Badass School. You can always register your interest. So I put the link up there. So katasir.com/6-steps-2-awesomeness. So if you want to register your interest in Badass School for the next intake, you can do that there. You can always email me, kata@katasir.com. And yeah, if you want anything else, please let me know, and I will be popping on live to do these over the next little while. I will be going overseas on Monday, so I'm going to be in the US for 3 weeks. I am going to Vegas. I'm going to Coachella. I'm going to my company's global conference. I'm going to see Justin Timberlake. And then I'm going to Miami to celebrate my birthday because I turn 28 on April the 24th. So, oh, someone's calling me. Bad timing. All right, my beautifuls, I love you. Have an incredible month. April is going to be insane, and I will talk to you soon. Mwah! See you later.